Hi everyone! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of sketching circles from equations. Now, I know the idea of maths and drawing might seem like strange bedfellows, but trust me, it will be an artistic adventure. So, imagine this. You're given a mathematical expression, perhaps something like x minus 2 the whole squared plus y plus 3 the whole squared equals 9, or x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y equals 4. And you're thinking, how on earth do I turn these into a circle? Well, fear not, because that's exactly what we're here to unravel. Let's get into it. We have our first equation, which is a classic one. X squared plus y squared equals 1. Think of it as a secret code that conceals the coordinates of points on a circle. The magic lies in the x squared plus y squared part, which quietly whispers to us, hey, I'm a circle equation. This means that we are dealing with a circle. We can break down this equation further. X squared is the same as x minus 0 whole squared. Y squared is equivalent to y minus 0 whole squared, and 1 is equal to 1 squared. Essentially, we are looking at a circle with its center at 0, 0, and a radius of 1. This is where mathematics becomes similar to a language that unlocks the mysteries of shapes. Let's decode this together. The center is the point we focus on, while the radius is like a magical measuring tool indicating how far our circle extends. Plot the center. Plot the radius. Connect all the points that are exactly 1 unit away from the center. It's simple, isn't it? This is where the enchanting nature of circles lies. To graph the equation x squared plus y squared equals 4, we can break it down further to determine the center and radius. X squared is the same as x minus 0 the whole squared, y squared is the same as y minus 0 the whole squared, and 4 is the same as 2 squared. This means that the center of the circle is at the point 0, 0, and the radius is 2 units. To draw the circle, we need to locate the center at the origin and line up the radius. Join all the points that are exactly 2 units away from the center. This is a similar equation to the previous 2 circles that we drew. It can be rewritten as x minus 0 the whole squared plus y minus 0 the whole squared equals 3 squared. Therefore, the center of this circle is also 0, 0, and the radius is 3. Please draw the circle now. We will now move on to slightly more complex forms where the center is not in the origin. In this equation, we can rewrite y squared as y minus 0 the whole squared and 4 equals to 2 squared. The next step is to plot the center, which is -1, 0. Make sure to choose an opposite sign. Then, draw a radius line 2 units from the center and proceed to draw a circle. It's that easy. The equation we are dealing with is similar to the previous one, except that instead of x plus 1, we have x minus 1. As usual, we can represent y squared as y minus 0 the whole squared and 4 as 2 squared. To locate the center of the circle, we need to choose an opposite sign, which in this case is +1. The y-coordinate of the center is 0, and the radius is 2. To plot the center, we simply draw a point at 1, 0. Then, we draw a radius line from the center to a point on the circle that is 2 units away from the center. Finally, we draw the circle by connecting all the points that are exactly 2 units away from the center. This process is quite straightforward. Great job! We can represent this equation by expressing it as follows. X minus 0 the whole squared plus y minus 1 the whole squared equals 2 squared. The center of the circle is located at 0, 1, which we can determine by choosing the opposite sign of -1. The radius of the circle is 2 units. To plot the circle, we need to draw a line from the center at 0, 1 that is 2 units long. Then, we can connect all the points that are exactly 2 units away from the center to form the circle. It's that simple. You now have the information about the coordinates of the center and the length of the radius, which we are already familiar with when dealing with circle equations. The center's coordinates are 0, -1, and the radius is 2. To plot the circle, start by marking the center point, 0, -1, and drawing a line of length 2 units from the center, which will be the radius. Then, connect all the points that are exactly 2 units away from the center to form the circle. Excellent! Okay, this equation is a bit more detailed, but it's much easier to identify the center and radius. 9 equals 3 squared. The circle's coordinates are -2, 1, and the radius is 3. To plot the circle, connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. That will form the circle. There we go. I'm glad that you now have a better understanding of how to draw circles from equations. The center of the circle is located at 2, 1, and the radius is 3. To plot the circle, simply connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. Draw the circle. And you did it. Your task is now to determine the coordinates of the circle's center and its radius by yourself. The center of the circle is located at -1, -2, and the radius is 3 units. Please plot the center and the radius. Then, connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. Great job! Now, a similar one for you. Please find the center point coordinates and radius of a circle. The center point of the circle is at 1, -2, and the radius measures 3 units. Kindly plot the center point and the radius, and then connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. Great job! We are going to draw a circle using the completing the square method to determine its center and radius. First, we'll move -5 to the right-hand side. To complete the square of x, we'll divide the coefficient of x by 2. And then square it. This gives us 4. We'll add 4 to both sides of the equation. 5 plus 4 equals 9. X squared plus 4x plus 4 becomes x plus 2, the whole squared, and y squared is the same as y minus 0, the whole squared. Finally, 9 equals 3 squared. The equation is now in completing the square form, so we can find its center and radius. The coordinate of the center is -2, 0, and the radius is 3. We'll plot the center. Plot the radius. And then connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. Fantastic! To handle this circle equation, start by moving +5 to the right-hand side, which becomes -5. Next, divide the coefficient of y by 2. And then square it. This will give us 9. Add 9 to both sides of the equation. When we subtract 5 from 9, we get 4. We can express x squared as x minus 0, the whole squared, and y squared minus 6y plus 9 as y minus 3, the whole squared. Now, 4 can be written as 2 squared. We transform the equation into the completing the square form, which helps us find its center and radius. The center's coordinates are 0, 3, and the radius is 2. Plot the center at 0, 3. Plot the radius of 2 units. And then connect all the points that are exactly 2 units away from the center. Easy. To draw the circle of his equation, we need to transform both x and y terms into the completing the square form. Firstly, divide the coefficient of x by 2, and then square it. This gives us 1. Next, add 1 to both sides of the equation. X squared minus 2x plus 1 becomes x minus 1, the whole squared. And 4 plus 1 equals 5. Secondly, divide the coefficient of y by 2, then square it. We get 4. Add 4 to both sides of the equation. Y squared plus 4y plus 4 becomes y plus 2, the whole squared. And 5 plus 4 equals 9. 9 is equal to 3 squared. So, the center's coordinates are 1, -2, and the radius is 3. To graph the equation, plot the center at 1, -2. Plot the radius of 3 units. And then connect all the points that are exactly 3 units away from the center. Congratulations! You have successfully drawn the circle.